Hi there, you're in the lab with your mate JJ. Today is Learning the Art of Electronics Day. We're going to be learning the art of electronics. So the job title for today is Science Officer. Today I'm the Science Officer. And the science that I will be officing is Chapter 1W, Worked Examples, DC Circuit, from our book, Learning the Art of Electronics. Last week we designed an ammeter. This week we're going to design a voltmeter. So it's just a quick voltmeter build, design and build today. Next week we will start working through the other worked examples. But today we're just going to build the voltmeter. And before we build it, we need to figure out its design. So I've made some notes about that. I'll throw over the computer, I'll show you the notes, we'll jump over the bench, we'll make the thing, and that'll be the end of this video. So let's jump over the computer and have a look at the design.
All right. Well, here we are on the computer. Now, today we're going to the ITL wiki. That's in the labwithjj.com/wiki. The project is here. We'll be looking through that. Sorry. This is all available to everyone, but the detailed notes there are subscriber only access. If you want access, you can support me on Patreon, and I'll send you an account. But of course, you don't need to do that because we're just going to have a look at them here in this video anyway. So last week we did this. We made the 1 amp ammeter. We changed it up a little bit from the textbook. The textbook had a 50 microamp movement with 5 kilo ohm resistance, whereas we had a 100 microamp movement with a 2.25 kilo ohm resistance. So we used the numbers from the equipment that I have, and we're going to do the same thing again today. Today we're building this 10 volt voltmeter. So in this exercise, we build a 10 volt voltmeter from a 100 microamp meter movement with an internal resistance of 2.25 kilo ohms. And by the way, I got that reading just by using the resistance measurement facility of my multimeter. So I just literally measured the resistance of the movement. It's all resistance. There's no clever like impedance or whatever. It's just a resistance. We need to add a series resistor, RS, to the meter movement to make it read 10 volts at full scale. So I've made some notes here in the thing. So RS is what we need to add. This is our meter movement. We've got all of the things we need to know. There's 100 when there's 100 microamps through the whole circuit, and the resistor is measured at 2.25 kilo ohms. Then the voltage the voltage dropped across the meter is 0.225 volts, and the total voltage is 10 volts. The voltage through the series resistor is 9.775 volts. And the current through the RS is IS, which is also 100 microamps. The current through the whole circuit is the same. So I made some notes there. Total voltage 10 volts. Resistance of the meter, or the resistance of the movement, is 2.25 kilo ohms. The current for the meter and the current for the series resistance is 100 microamps maximum. And then the voltage through the meter is the current through the meter times the resistance through the meter, which is 100 microamps times 2.25 kilo ohms equals 0.225 volts, or 225 millivolts. So for the voltmeter, we want 100 amps to flow through the meter movement when the voltage across it is 10 volts. We can use Ohm's law to find the total resistance needed in either of two ways. So we can say that RS must drop 9.775 volts out of 10 when 100 microamps flows through it. So RS equals VS divided by IS equals 9.775 volts divided by 100 microamps equals 97.75 kilo ohms. Alternatively, we can say that the total resistance of both the meter and the series resistor must drop 10 volts when 100 microamps flows through it. So the total resistance equals the total voltage divided by the total current equals 10 volts divided by 100 microamps equals 100 kilo ohms. And since R total equals RS plus RM, we find that RS equals R total minus RM equals 100K minus 2.25K equals 97.75K ohms. And as it says here, either way, we find that the series resistance, RS, is 97.75 kilo ohms, which we can approximate as a 100 kilo ohm resistor from our 10% series resistors. Or better, we could pick a 1% tolerance resistor of 97.6K from the E96 series, which is a more accurate choice than the 1 kilo ohm from the 10% series. So that's all the theory for the day, and it's going to be very easy for us today. We're just going to have to put this series resistor in place, and then we'll give it a measure. We'll throw some voltages at it. We'll throw 1 volt and 10 volts and 5 volts and get a couple of readings, and that'll be that. So let's jump over to the bench and let's make our voltmeter.
All right, so here we are on the bench. Here's our schematic. It's a very simple thing we'll be doing today. We're just going to add a series resistance to our meter movement. This is our meter movement. It's got some anti-parallel diodes installed in the back of it, so that if I make a mistake, which I have done, and put too much voltage through this thing, the diodes will short it out rather than sending it through and damaging the meter. So for our resistor, we could get a 96.7 gizmo from the 1% resistors that I've got, but I think this variable resistor will do, and we'll pump in what is RS? Does anyone remember? I should make a note. I'll be back. All right, so I put a note there. It's 97.75, so we'll call it 98. So how do we get 90? Let's get 90. 2 plus 3 plus 4, that's 9. So that's oh no, that's 9K. We want 90K. I'll get the order of magnitude right. So it's 4 plus 3 is 7 plus 2 is 9. So that's 90, and then we want 7. So that's 4 plus 3 is 7, and 1 for the 75. Yeah, I think that's right. It's not going to hurt us to throw the, what have I done with my multimeters? Where's my EV blog meter? Should be around here somewhere. I'll find it and be back. All right, I found it. Here it is. We're not going to need clips. We're going to need banana cables. So let's put him in there and him in there, and we'll put this on ohms mode. We'll select ohms. There we go. And we should just get a 0 reading if we short them out. Yep. All right. So let's put that in. It should be 97 or 98. 97. Cool. So that's close enough for our purposes. Yeah, right. That little bit there doesn't make any difference. Fair enough. So the actual circuit's going to be a bit different. I'll just get rid of this and I'll put the power on for our bench power supply. So we're going to send I think I'm not sure if those are the right way around. I'm not sure. Anyway, let's say if that is positive, let's connect the resistance into positive. I'm not sure if that's quite right.
and then what am I trying to do here? Send power in, and then out to ground. All right. So we've put our resistor in series. Now, if we put a few volts across this thing, we should get a reading. I'll do it, and then I'll zoom in so you can see the reading yourself. So let's put this thing at it's on at 5 volts. That's good. All right, so it's got 5 volts across it, and let me just throw you over here, and there is our meter reading 5 volts, isn't it? Pretty much. Let's chuck it down to 3 volts. There it goes, down to 3 volts, and let's put it up to 9 volts. And there it goes, up to 9 volts. Easy peasy. I suppose we might be able to, I'll just throw you back to the larger thing. We might be able to just couple our, we'll stack our meters here. I'm not sure what to expect when we do this. But let's put this in here, and we'll put this on voltmeter. All right, can you see that? Not really. Let me see if I can throw you in here a bit. And we're not interested in the resistor, but we are interested in the voltmeter. And oh, what are we doing? Come on. Oh. Okay, so these are the wrong way around. Oh no, that's not what I was expecting. Oh yeah, of course, because I've put the isn't that funny? So what I've done is I've put the voltmeter across the meter movement, and I'm only seeing 0.2 volts across it. Of course, because we don't want to put it across across the meter movement. We want to put it across the actual voltage. Let's do that. All right, there we go. Oh, and I got the polarity the wrong way around. So let's try that again. Can you see? Just trying to get some, I wonder if some blue tack will help us here. Let's just pop that there. All right. All right. So looks about right, doesn't it? So if we set the voltage to 5 volts, then the meter says 5 volts, and the meter says 5 volts, and we put it down to 1 volt. See how that goes. This says 1.01, and this says about 1 as well. I'm going to call that mission accomplished. So we built ourselves a voltmeter. I'll throw you over to the farewell cam. We'll wrap up.
And that's a wrap. So just a quick design and build today. We made ourselves a 10 volt voltmeter. Of course, we tested it on the bench here. We checked it with our actual known good multimeter. We got commensurate readings, so pretty happy about that. Not much more to say about that. Next week, we'll continue in this chapter, and we'll be doing resistor power dissipation. So that will be coming up next week, and maybe some more after that as well. But we'll follow up with that next week. So that's the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks very much for watching, and please remember to hit like and subscribe.